The 11th floor and I'm watching the cruisers below. He's down on the street and he's trying hard to pulses the flow. Oh, my heart's in the basement, my weekends at an all-time low. Cause she's hoping to score, so I can't see her letting him go. Walk out of her heart, walk out of her mind. Her. She's so sweet.
The screen swipes again. This time we return back to, meanwhile, the Illithid dreadnought that we saw earlier floats ominously in the astral sea. Nothing around it for miles. We zoom in to the large conch-like part of it, and into, as it gets closer and closer and closer, you just start to see little windows appear, and then you realize the scale of the thing is so much bigger than you actually imagined. You think it's, it's like a shell, so it's like a big snail, but actually, like, the little doors are tiny little specks, like a golf ball in the world or something. You know, there's sort of, what is it, like
a grain of sand
on a beach sort of thing. You slowly zoom into this little window where it slowly pans in, and it's sitting in there is Helibo, as we saw earlier, sitting at their desk in their room. Describe your room for me.
Although, as you said, it's like a grain of sand to desert, that thing, but it also means it's literally a broom closet. I worked my way up the ranks, so it's actually got like a functioning door.
You've got a window.
And a window, yeah, that's prime real estate right there. I think with my mind's gone to it because you sort of said it's like snail. It's a little bit slimy in here. It's not like nice and clean. So like the walls are slightly to touch.
Well, they're all very fleshy.
Yes.
If you the inside of an Illithid nautiloid, it's
it very much is, and probably quite a niche reference, which you may need to take out. If you've ever been to the Vaults Festival in London, they tell you not to touch the back wall because of all the black mold. That's exactly what's happened here. So Helibo doesn't touch the back wall, as there's nothing on the back wall or anything like that. But on their desk, there's probably like a display unit of some sort so that they could connect to, which they'll use through their sort of tendrils per se. And there's not much in terms of personal stuff because they're part of a hive mind, but maybe the one sort of personal thing they got was like a teeny tiny like little Venus flytrap, which is so it's just sort of snaps and takes an invisible fly or something like that. You don't even see it. Is that and then it opens up again. But that's it. It pretty much is bare because there's nothing really personal about being a mind flayer, unfortunately.
Do you not have one of those little brain hugger things running around as a pet?
Oh my god, like
what are they called? Brain carriers. They're like
no, are they not called mind devourers?
Mind devourers, yeah.
I know they're like little dogs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. No. Fiona, blur. Helibo, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We have cranium. Yeah, absolutely. We've got cranium.
Cranium, the canine.
Yeah. It's probably snoozing just now, and its legs, because they're very weird, they're probably bent backwards as it's sort of sleeping on the floor in a corner.
Well, you are in your room and you are beginning to make a call, I believe, because you've only just recently been given the information from Word on the Wing that of the location of the art of the SpellJammer, who has it, which happens to be the Spiders, which are Ziggy's ex-crew. You don't know their names. You're not bothered by their names. You just know that they're related to Ziggy, and that rankles everyone. And that sort of has given a bit of both like a bit of and a bit of like, we're gonna have one up on Ziggy's old gang, kind of as an added bonus to strike a blow to Ziggy in a way that maybe will hurt them further somehow.
Yeah,
you know, there's that sort of
absolutely.
feeling.
Because you're part of the network, as soon as there feels like, you know, when if you go to bed angry, there's definitely that feeling like on the like there's a cross consensus, and you're like, you try and step away from it, but obviously you're part of the group, so you're like, grrr. You're trying to get your work done. That's what's happening here. But yeah, definitely feeling that, and so having to being more urgent, I guess, with this request, like actually putting some thought into how we're going to obtain the SpellJammer as a result.
So who do you call? Ghostbusters.
No.
Right. Okay. Anyway.
So, I would look up on the viewfinder. The thing is, though, I do know who to call for this because obviously we've worked with them before. But there is a moment where I go, and then I sort of use the telepathy to do the sort of, I presume, a numeric number pad coding in the sequence to Adamantium's ship, or their however they can contact them if they've got like a, I don't want to say a cellular device, but some sort of way to tap into them, but as because presumably
we're playing this SpellJammer reality that there are basically computers that are created by the SpellJammer.
It's not like, again, it's not like the mind flayer like just appears and you've got a call, like I don't appear in their
plays
mind. Yeah.
Which is the beginning of the Prince Charming. Dun, 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 dun. All right, lads, got a call here. Give us the room, and he sort of brings it up. And he goes, "Oh, all right there. How you doing?"
Helibo, we've gone over this, Adam. Helibo, please use my name. It's important. Anyway, how
Chin
are
up,
you?
Charming. Let's just get on with it, all right? What's what you need me for? And how much you gonna pay me?
You are even more astute than some of the other Illithids around here. Adam.
No one calls me for anything else. That's all.
Yeah, you are a wise one. Yes, we have another job for you if you are up to it. And at this point, I would sort of tap through and send the coordinates. It's a retrieval mission, essentially. There is a item of interest upon the ship governed by a team known as the Spiders. They'll be at the Rock of Brawl within the next 3 days. I would authorize using the Force as necessary.
The Spiders.
Yes,
Those goody two-shoes.
You know them?
Of course I know them. Bloody hate the bastards. They're always bloody trying to... Oh, I'm so special. Look at me and Ziggy. We're having a great time. Well, they ain't got Ziggy no more. Yes. What do you need me to do?
Simply retrieve, I believe, and again I send sort of the schematics of what was sort of given to me.
Yeah,
from
it looks like
friend.
a fridge with it looks like a fridge with a glass window on it, basically.
Yes, if you can bring that to, if you can retrieve that intact, you won't be able to open it. There are certain codes and stuff for that, so just bring it back, no questions asked, and your usual price and your courtesy would go down wonderfully with the elders.
Sounds pretty easy. I'm totally up for it. All that's missing from this conversation is money. How much? As much as I love to have a fight, I've got to pay my crew. I've got a lot of ants to feed. And hazard pay for, they're pretty powerful, some of them. Need to make sure of that. Could also do with a little bit something for some ammunition. Well, I've got an idea. Maybe a little something boom would be quite fun. So some money would be good. How much?
I do a couple of sort of clicks essentially. I said, I think you'll find this amount already within your bank
Like pass the paper and sort of thing. Look at the
Yeah,
number.
That is obviously a down payment. We would obviously be keen to hire your services, and obviously this is an urgent case, so obviously, and then clack. We appreciate an expedient service. And then of course, crack. A finder's fee for once the box is returned to us.
Well, these are all saying the right things. Sounds great. You have got my word. Yeah, I will do this. Yes. Now, what's the date? You said, how long is it until I've got to get there?
In 3 days' time, the Rock of Brawl.
Rock of Brawl.
If you know that, you probably know the look of their ship and everything, but
yeah,
keep an eye out.
I'll be waiting, just on the edge of there. I'll wait until they turn up. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Who are they giving it to? Just so I know I'm knocking off as well.
Well, possibly another person that you know of, and a party known as the Killer Queen.
Oh dear. Well, I'm already on their bad side anyway. No harm in that. All right, yeah, fine. Actually, I could use that. Yeah, okay, good. That's very helpful. Thank you, Helibo. Yes.
And always a pleasure to work with you, Mr. Ant. And, well, should you need any further services, this is my number. And I must say, I have done my research and I enjoy your exploits. And I hope to see more of them in the future, and I hope this could be a start of a beautiful friendship.
Fabulous. Perfect. All right, then. Take care. Stand and deliver. Bye. And he just sort of cuts the call.
Yeah, and Helibo goes, oh. Helibo's really bad at calls. Definitely hates using the viewfinder. So it's like social anxiety high. So there's that moment of like that whole thing about anger, cross, and there's like a sudden blip of like, phone calls, and then it goes away. From the
love it. I love it. Phone call's over. Done.
Yeah, I call Cranium to my lap and I sort of like who's a good Cranium? Who's a good mind devourer?
Love it. Adamantium hangs up the call from Helibo, and suddenly just sitting there thinking about how he's going to spend all this money, thinking about the spiders and how fucking hates that fucking spiders, and Siggy. Yes, I'm going to get one at this time. We're going to do it right. We're going to focus. We're going to do this. You can do this. And suddenly he just hears this presence.
If I may, I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Who was that?
Oh, no need to worry about who I am. I'm interested in this little dealing you've got going on with the Illithids.
Huh? How do you know about that?
Oh, I know a lot about you, Adamantium. I've come with a bargain for you.
A bargain? I mean, yeah. I'm not surprised people you know about me. Everyone knows about me. But what? Sorry.
See, it has been made clear to me, and well, your dislike for the spiders has not gone unnoticed.
I do hate the spiders.
So I come with a proposition for you, my dear friend. How would you like to have more power, more money, more everything?
Oh, money?
And the ability to really show the spiders who is the true boss around this cosmos.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I can guarantee you power beyond your wildest imaginings. All that I ask is the artifact that you've been asked to recover.
Yeah?
Instead of giving it to the Illithids, why not give it to me instead?
Well, they do pay well, and they they kind of rule a lot of the they're kind of powerful.
But What if I could make you the most powerful being in the whole of the multiverse?
Prove it.
I do.
You do. So suddenly, Adamantium just gets swells with this sort of sense of power, and suddenly just feels the energy of the universe and this darkness from a far realm beyond his wildest dreams, and sort of conjures these tentacles out of him and sort of wraps them round and sort of flows and alters the reality around him, and you show them visions of the power that they can wield.
Does this suit? Does this
Fits very
prove
well.
it? And this is just a mere taste of the power you could have. Bring us the artifact, and, well, what is it that you say? You will be set for life.
Thank you. This is wonderful. Feel like a right prince. Yeah, all right. Okay. So where do I... all right. You give me this power. You give me the ability to become rich beyond my wildest dreams. Where the heck are you, by the way? So I get this artifact and I give it to you. Where do I take it?
The location you must go to bring the artifact. We have colleagues in the Star City.
Oh, Star City, that crazy old place.
Yes.
I don't like that place. It's a bit weird.
But if you come with the artifact, you'll be welcome with open arms.
Right. And who are these colleagues if you speak of?
Oh, you will recognize them by their red cloaks. They are of arcane nature in places, but you need not fear them. I can guarantee you any protection from them, any retaliation you may fear them, because I have chosen you for this cause, Adam.
All right. Okay. Yeah. When do I get this power? Now. Because I want to use it.
Begun.
Oh, yeah. So I can use it when I see the spiders.
Oh, I hope you will do. I guarantee you will have it.
Right. Okay. Good. Done. Sorted. Yes! and with that, scene ends.
You.
You know what?
Yeah.
Along the way, because I have a sneaking suspicion that there would have been, if there was not discussion, that at the very least that Major Tom would have picked up from Hunky, Dory, and Jareth, that they were extremely willing to just break into this box.
Yeah.
I would like to,
agree.
as we are traveling, have cast both Detect Magic and Identify on this, like just over the course of the travel, just to alleviate any possible
that's
horrifying
bizarre
mishaps.
behavior on your part.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to try and...
Major Tom has been a dad. Okay, he doesn't have a lot of kids, but he's had a young, he recognizes sometimes you just got to cut this stuff off. Got to head it off at the pass. Yeah. If you know when it's coming, just nip it in the bud.
So you're thinking, instead of like creating lots of wards around it, you think, let's just find out what it is so we know.
Put
and
that
As a
cookie jar
prophylactic
on a
measure,
high
I will
shelf.
cast Detect
But what if
Magic
it's a-
and Identify.
Okay.
What if it's a cool thing and we want to open it even more?
Dad, what if it's a cool thing?
There's only so much I can do.
Yeah. I can't control the world.
Yeah,
So-
look, they're their own people. I'm just trying to help guide them.
Yeah, I get you. All right, that's fine. So you cast a Detect Magic. When you cast Detect Magic, you find that you start to cast the. Is it as a ritual or is it just as a cantrip? I don't know.
I think I would use it as a ritual. So I think for the way that would look for me is, I think since I'm not from a world that has a lot of magical stuff, but I think from having seen other people do magic, I don't know if we said what my class was.
Well, we'll explain this as you go. So yeah, you dressed in your suit of your space suit. And you are the Optimus.
Yes,
Oh.
I am an
Artificer.
artificer. I'm a multi-class. I'm a 3rd level artificer. I'm a 6th level battle master fighter, and I'm a 1st level aberrant mind sorcerer.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I know that.
Yeah.
I am focusing primarily on like the technological aspects.
Yeah.
So I think what I would do, I think I would have figured out since in the months that I've been here a way to detect or create a device. I probably would have noticed that certain devices like react more when there's magic concentrated, and so I think I've spent months tweaking like sort of like a metal detector, but like a small little handheld one. That I like a little wand that I'm like with like a little, it's hooked up to like a little sensor that flashes different colors and patterns and stuff that I know how to decode. And I'm just like waving this over I'm waving this over the box, trying to see what magic is going on.
With the detect magic, you get your little deck up, your little phaser style thing. I think like your tricoder sort of thing going around it. Yes, you wave your tricoder item over it, and it colors into what would abjuration be? What would you say abjuration would be? The color that comes up.
It would be silver.
Silver, yeah. So big silver, like lights pop up all over this. There's a huge warding presence over it, and as you sort of like, maybe there's like a little display, or maybe it comes up on your head, your like HUD on your spacesuit. You sort of see that those like do not open signs, every single one of them is a sigil, like a glyph to if you open this, it will like probably do a bang, some sort of bang. And as it says, do not open in many, many languages, all plastered all over it. There's quite a few of these warding glyphs, basically, or covering the whole thing.
Okay.
And that sort of negates you seeing through this what seems very thick glass, where you have the little glass bit, and thick like iron or whatever metal it is, lead lined thing. So you cannot penetrate the sort of the box itself.
Okay. Can I cast Identify?
Yes, you can cast Identify.
But also as a ritual. This I think would probably use a similar like the same device, but I would like recalibrate it as part of the. I could just flop the settings as like casting the spell, but it uses
different
more energy costs. So I think I'm recalibrating it. And in this case, it's like with this setting, I think it would also show pictures, but also symbols, and it would do it in probably like in English. So that nobody but me can read, like in the English language.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. So you do that. Again, the Identify really only goes onto the sort of box itself, and the box so you identify all these spells. You realize that there's like a couple of these will cast sort of like a fireball sort of effect. If you let them off, a couple of them will do different types of magical effects. But the box itself is just it comes up as magical containment, basically magical containment field generator box, and that is all you get from it. Identify tells you where it was made, doesn't it? Gives you like the history of it a bit as well.
Let me see. It says if it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created.
Yes. Okay, so it was created by a very high level spell of warding, as well as it was forged, the actual metal, which is adamantium metal, it was forged by dwarven out in sort of a citadel out far in space. It's a place you never heard of, but it's a citadel, and it's been forged there. This glass element is actually is a piece of a fractal, which is like a mirror element which can trap beings in it, and it's normally like comes as a 2D square,
like a fractine.
Fractine, that's what I mean. A fractine. It's part of a fractine that has been taken off and put as this thing. It is inert. in terms of it's no longer a live member of the Fractine. Like, it's not like it will trap you in it, but it has got still like a magical property to it, which means that you cannot see properly through it. And that's what it does. It sort of overly refracts the light through. So if you did see anything in it, you'd realize it's all iced up at the moment, but that's kind of what it is. But those are all the elements you'd get of it. Adamantium and Fractine class.
Okay. So basically what I learn is it's impossible for me to know what this is right now.
Well, you could you could de-ward all the wardings.
Right.
And you could try and open it.
Okay. Do I think that if I were to pass along this information, that's basically like, look, this is super dangerous. This is extremely heavily warded. They have straight up taken pieces of existing creatures and attached them to this in order to make it harder to get through. It is a terrible idea to try and open this thing without authorization. If I said that to my fellows, Jeremy, so strongly suspect that would only backfire. So would it be fair to say that Major Tom also has this strong suspicion?
Major Tom's intelligence, I think, is very high.
Yes, it's 18.
And your
He's
wisdom?
a smart man.
And your wisdom?
10.
10. Averagely wise, with that intelligence, I think you would, and you've known them for a year, and you know Hunky Dory and Jareth don't really hide their intentions. So I would say yes. Unless either of you want to chime in and say, I've been nonchalant the whole time about this thing, pretending I don't care.
I mean, like, worst comes to the worst, I've literally got a labyrinth that we can go into, so
You're not bothered.
I see no problem.
Okay, I think what I would do is I would let them see me testing the box. I think my initial tests I might try to do like in private, but then I would retest it in front of them so that they would get to see, and then I would say, all right, looking at this thing, and don't tell anybody because this is a big secret.
Ashes is there as well.
Word on a wing plans to propose to their significant other, and this is the wedding present.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's, and I don't think it's possible for us to eat it, but it's some kind of astral cake that apparently is only consumable by whatever kind of being Word on a Wing was. I don't know exactly what all the beings out here are, but Word on a Wing clearly not human, not what either of you are, something separate. I'm thinking we deliver this to the significant other, and then we see if they're willing to share some of the cake with us.
It's a food.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of wards for a cake.
Yes. They had it specially made by only the finest chefs.
Why?
Why do they? Because their significant other is a discerning individual. They have high class tastes.
So they went with cake.
Yes. They're sending them a beautiful astral cake. Look, I ain't no culinary expert, but my understanding is that astral cake is extremely rare.
I've heard that too. Yes.
Yes, and can only be forged by the finest cooksmiths.
Well, I don't know too much about food. To be fair.
It sounds very nice. I'm sure all the other people will love it. Jareth.
What?
Can you smell it? Do you smell a food in there? It's a bit gross.
It's just a box.
It's a bit gross. I think that I am curious about it. But it is just some sort of food.
Well, what did you think of the dinner the other night?
You know, The Major tries his best.
He does, yes.
He does.
Yes.
And he's very excited about this, whatever.
Unusually excited.
Whatever it is. And it's a ritual. It's some sort of ritual. Humans, they
Yes.
They procreate
yes, apparently
somehow.
it's some kind of, like, fantastical dream.
also
that they all
a
get
bit
dressed up and they
disgusting.
declare their love for each other.
A bit gross.
Yeah, just a bit.
The fluids.
Oof. No.
It's best we leave them to it. They're trappings. Ephemera.
We could use this cake as leverage, however.
We could do a science.
What do you propose?
Well, you know, he did say it was rare, an astral cake.
Well, that will be why we're being paid so much to transport it.
If we just hollowed out the bottom, no one would know, and we could still get paid. It's an idea.
It is an idea.
But he's around it all the time. Touching
Well,
it.
I'm gonna be honest. There is a lot of wards on this box, and I'm a little suspicious.
You think it's not an astral cake?
No, I think perhaps it's the rings. They seem to have far more significance than the cake.
Ow. Do you think he lied?
As if you could lie to us.
It is the best science. Bless.
I do like this new science, to be fair.
I love it. I don't really know why it exists, but I like it.
And he did encourage us to do the science.
He did.
He'd be proud of us.
He would be proud of us.
Now, how to get him away?
What if it's a test? He's testing us.
I never thought of that.
He's testing us. He doesn't think we are up to it. He doesn't think we can get into that box. This is all fake. I knew it.
Wait, so you're saying that Major Tom bribed a literal cosmolith to give us this box to test to see if we would open the box, or if we could open the box? For what? His own satisfaction?
No, I don't think he has that. He plays the chess.
This is true. If you play the chess, you clearly have no satisfaction.
He doesn't love games like we do. He doesn't love the games like we do, Jareth.
I'm assuming you two are off in a corner having this conversation.
I was going to say, if I'm in the same room, I wanted to pitch the idea, DM.
No, go on. I think,
we are okay. Two things.
My
Number
God,
one,
did we do
we're
this in front of Major Tom?
No, I think you did. I'm imagining there was a conversation where Major Tom
It's
sort of told you
almost
this,
like acceptable for that.
and
to
you've
have
gone off.
happened.
Yeah, and you've then sort of walked off to the corner, but you're still kind of audible, but you're sort of just
We're
like.
all in the cafeteria.
You would know because I think you took them to show them the experiments, weren't you? Which is in the hold, so you're downstairs. So if you in that map that I showed you, if you go upstairs one floor, there's like a little like barrack sort of armory bits and pieces, sort of like your gear sort of zone. Then you got one more floor. Then there's a sort of like common space that you can sort of like hang out in. And if you're hanging out in that, you maybe made your way, started winding up the stairs in front of Major Tom, maybe after you sort of mentioned this, and you're just talking on the staircase as you're going along. So you can tell me if you're being quiet or not.
What's actually happened here is that Major Tom is an individual that owns 2 cats.
Yeah.
And that's us.
Yes, exactly.
I have a passive perception of 19.
Great.
So if I
You heard everything.
there's a very good chance that I will be able to understand what they're saying, or at least hear what they're saying. And on top of that, with speaking of space references, I actually can read lips. If they're speaking a language I understand, I could go full HAL 9000 and just like from the opposite end of the room, just be sitting there on the edge of my seat
the whole time. You're sitting there, and Ash
profusely.
Ash is the actual cat person, Tabaxi, who's there, but is the only like non-cat like cat. Is just like, do you want to play? Do you want to play chess? Do you want to play? Tom, Major.
Yeah,
gonna play?
Go get
It's your turn.
Wow.
It's your turn.
Yeah, no, what? Mm-hmm. I just move a piece.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
What? How did? Oh my gosh! I'm gonna lose again. And he's off on one. Just sort of like trying to figure out what you've done. Why
I'm
would
not
he
even
do
looking
that?
at the chessboard. I'm just
like,
moving
you're
pieces.
still beating him terribly.
Sweating so profusely.
Yeah, he's just
full clench.
Yeah.
Everything is clenched right now.
Okay,
So I'm sitting like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. So
Ash
you're
just
off.
has a Fitbit on, and it's like beep, beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep. You okay? You okay, buddy?
Yeah. So so I like the fact that maybe you're like over by the tea like area, like the sort of tea point, whilst you're sitting at the table.
Water coolering.
Yeah, the water cooler end. Yeah, exactly. Sort of just hanging out by the big window. There's a big circular window that looks out, and you're sort of like in front of that window as sort of space is sort of like traveling past you as you talk about the science.
The science.
So I don't know. Do you believe? So do you want to? You could roll for it. You could just take it as it is if you want to believe the Major Tom.
I think they're both too arrogant to believe he could possibly lie.
Yeah, I like it. I love
Agreed.
it. That's
Agreed.
great. Fantastic.
Especially even if he did, we would know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
of
course.
course. If he lied, we'd be able to tell immediately with
We
my
would
passive
pick it up
perception
like-
of 8.
Very wise. Very wise.
We would smell it on the wind.
Yeah.
Or not.
Mm.
These humans, they stink with pheromones, especially when they lie.
Especially when they lie.
Mm.
But not us.
No, us, exactly.
No.
So you hear then, whilst Major Tom is sweating about what to do with the two cats at the other end of the table, you hear a was over the thing, and you hear spiders, we are entering the Rockabrow gravity well. Prepare for slowing down. Was. And that just comes over the tannoy in front of you.
Hunky Dory, we spent so much time talking, we've lost our opportunity to open the box.
Whoa, science.
Does science usually take this much planning?
Science, you elusive creature.
Major Tom is slowly unclenching. He's like, all right, well, if we're entering the atmosphere, maybe we should all get to our places. Get ready to make a landing, because we have to make a great entrance. Both of you have to make an incredible entrance when we exit the ship.
Of course. And Jareth will literally just sit in like the nearest seat and just recline, because his job is to do nothing and look good.
So
At least in his mind.
so where do you all go to? So you go all up to the helm, so a couple of steps up. So you go past your like barracks bit, your bed bit, sorry, like the sort of rooms, a couple of floors that, and then you get up to the sort of main ship area. Ashes will sort of run to the sort of the second helm, so the sort of like gunner ship, but also just in cases you're coming into, it's you'll man the stations, right? You go to your stations. Major Tom, you go up to the helm, the main helm in the center point, and then there's a sort of loungy chairs that it probably at one point had very formal upright chairs. But Hunky Dory and Jareth have chosen their own chairs, got rid of those, and you have your own sort of Jareth, a very loungy sort of like throne, like
It's very throne-esque.
yeah, very throne-esque, and it's basically like bigger by about 20% to the actual helm. Because it has to be. And maybe when the helm got upgraded, you also got a slightly bigger chair.
I didn't get a new chair, I just built on the existing chair.
Yes.
So it's just got like a really big like
backing to it.
edging.
Yes. Yeah, okay. And then Hunky Dory, I can imagine, I don't know what you would sort of sit on, sort of like.
I definitely see it. It's like an old school barber chair because it's got like a foot brace at the bottom and it's a bit broken, so Hunky Dory can jump into it and just jack it all the way back and lay flat and spin. And as we go into land, it's like, wow!
Here we go. Yeah. Okay,
So what we've learned here is that Major Tom and Ashes do all of the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, 100%.
Tom asks himself every night why you two are on the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not like why are we letting them here? It's like, why are they here?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Why are we here?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, why are there no safety protocols on board this vessel? Every time we enter another planet's atmosphere, people almost die because of the turbulence. It is out of control, and no one's strapping in.
Barry just goes, "I'm sorry, Major. I keep trying to implement them, but no one listens."
Alive for 3,000
I'm not saying this out loud. I'm like muttering it to myself as I have like Duncan come over, the little gadabout, come and like land on my lap, and just like sit on my knee as I'm like strapped in, like full astronaut, like vibrating, and everybody else is just reclining as we're hitting these insane G-forces.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. It's just I just love how it actually has become you and your cats is what it is. But you do remember there are nights when you do have those thoughts, and then that new deal comes in because Jareth has been out, as we found last week, is the face. You know, Jareth is the one making the deals, sort of talking the hind legs off a horse in every single bar, casino, club there is, talking you up as well as themselves and of their labyrinth. But
mostly themselves. Mostly
themselves. But in that, guys, it works enough to sort of get you jobs, and so you do know that they are useful at times, and one day they'll get some goblin help, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm literally just wondering this for their sakes, not even for mine. I'm like, I'm not asking what purpose do they serve. It's like, what purpose does being here serve them?
I wish that they
people
knew
have so
too.
much going on.
Yeah, that's very true. But then when you think of them, it does make sense. Then there's that. So then you go, but then Jareth really would be alone.
Listen, I'll tell you right now why Hunky Dory is here, and it might be something broken, but Hunky Dory has a +10 performance, and who else do you want to go into space with? I'm not sure how that happened, but here it is.
Yes,
so.
100%. You are the ultimate bard. So
I've never had anything that high in my life.
I know. Come on, though. Like, you're the one person playing in a Bowie show that's a bard. If you don't get a +10 to performance, like, what the fuck? What the fuck's wrong?
I'm picturing like Siegfried and Roy performance, though.
Oh,
like, weird, dangerous stuff is happening up close.
Yeah. You've listened to the song Life on Mars. It's like that song, basically, all the time. Just everything crazy going on. And so as you have this scene in front of you, as you sit there very ordered and controlling the helm, communicating with the ship, you have a spinning Hunky Dory on a recliner chair, and Jareth looking important, but not like a kind of really... Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I love it.
Completely spinning out of view of the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Ashes is sort of just like eagerly waiting basically for something to shoot more than anything really, and not really actually paying attention, and then getting bored when nothing does get shot. So if you do need to contact them, they sort of, you notice their mind, they're sort of engaged the minute you get them on the helm, and you're sort of connected sort of psychically by these two helms, the major and minor helm. But then you notice that their brain starts to just shift to like plugs and sockets, and I wonder what Gadabout's doing. I wonder what Jones is doing. I wonder if Jones could talk. I wonder if we could, just all these different wondering thoughts as their brain skitters and around from things. And then you hear this Perro just goes, patching the dry dock through to you now, sir. And you hear this voice, and it comes in a bit crackly, and it goes, konnichiwa, getsura no hi no yume, anata wa copy shimasu ka? Copy shimasu ka?
Yeah, I don't speak that language.
Hi. Hi.
Copy. And then you hear Perro going,
no, baby, I'm an original.
going, Amazing. Para goes, oh, sorry, we need to collaborate. And then you get it comes through then clearer, going, oh, hello. This is Dry Dock calling Moon Age Daydream. Do you copy? Moon Age Daydream.
Yes, hello. Hello, this is the Moon Age Daydream. We do, in fact, copy. We are on our way in to the Rock of Brawl.
Oh, fantastic. However, we've been trying to get a hold of you because there seems to be a chit on your card. We've got you booked into your dry dock, but something seems a bit wrong. One of the underbarons has put a sort of warning on you, but we're a bit confused because the sigil looks a bit wrong. We're not quite sure about the signage. It doesn't look like it's actually come from them, but it says it's from an underbaron. So we're just going to need to sort this out.
Can you send us a visual on this particular chip?
Yes, I will get one of the mages to do so. If you could hold on 1 second, it will be transported to you immediately.
Okay, thank you.
And suddenly you see a little appears in front of you, a sort of minor illusion sort of expression of a chit. You notice then as this happened, like a ship came out closer to you. Someone on board of it would have done this sort of spell, cast it, and sent you this sort of minor image, I guess, of this chit. And it just is like saying it basically outlines, has it's like a ticket card in like a library, and it has Moon Age Daydream, and it has all your like ins and outs in the past month or so. And then underneath your last outing, it has a little like asterisk, and it says Underbaron Mercury denies access. So that's but then you notice like there's a little like signature, and you're intelligent enough, I'm going to say, you and your perception's high enough, you recognize that that's definitely not the signature of the usual signature that you'd get from Mercury. So it's not right. Okay,
do we have any documents that are signed or anything that has been signed by the Killer Queen?
Like a contract that we...
Yeah.
Any contracts or anything?
Yeah, they have like a stamp. It's like a stamp sort of sign, when I say it. It's like a sigil, a magical sigil that would be put on, but it's sort of similar shape. Yeah, you'll have a contract from before, rendered services and all that sort of stuff. They're pretty above board on those things.
I'll turn to Ashes and be like, Ashes, could you grab a few of our contracts? I will. I think we may be able to sort this out a little bit, and I'll go back and I'll say, "Yes, ground control. This is Major Tom. We do the signature that you have sent us on this chit appears to have been falsified. But according to our records, we are about to show you evidence of the Killer Queen signature, and I can assure you that Mercury's signature is not the one that is on this particular chit. I think someone may be pulling some shenanigans."
Yeah, we sort of agree. We were agreeing with you, but we're just trying to figure it out. We want to double check. But yes, that would be very useful because we're trying to find our own records ourselves. We haven't had a warning from them in a while. We're very much aware that it probably isn't right, but we are trying to look for a copy. So actually, that would be really useful if you can send that over. Ashes, you hear, just like runs downstairs, goes just through the things. I don't know how we file this. This isn't my job. Pero! And you hear, coming, and guys here, just, well, out of the way. Oh no, my papers. And then just like moving it through, picks out a thing. You hear like shuffling cards. Here you go, and takes it, and you hear clambering up very dexterously. Ashes comes, oh, here you go. There.
Thank
there
you.
Yeah.
I guess I'll slide it in and like basically transmit an image of it to them.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. That's really helpful. Okay, look, I'm just gonna get our mage to just do some checks over what you sent us, and we'll be back. I'm sure that this will take no time. And then it starts going back into this Japanese sort of language that I'm using, but obviously
I roll insight on this on this voice.
Yeah,
I'm just curious about this.
Yeah,
the whole thing is this is irregular, right?
Yeah,
I just rolled a natural 20.
Right.
I'm curious about like
what's going on.
I'm trying to figure out, is it possible that we just got tricked and that these people have like patched in to our frequency and are lying?
Yeah, you could do that. So, okay, fine. You are not quite, you think there's something fishy going on for sure. This seems a bit weird and also easily resolvable. And the fact that it's easy but annoying is kind of strange. Like, they know this isn't the right signature and they're the dry dock. So, like, why would they even, like, not sort this out before you turned up? How has someone got in and done this? Like, and then you look at the ship that they're flying and you sort of think that this sort of mage came on and like, it got there a bit quick. It was like it was waiting for us. And as you think of that, and as your brain is sort of contemplating all of this, and as the sort of like other language sort of comes back and you start to get crackle and static on the thing, you hear was, and red lights start flashing, and you hear Perry going, oh no, it's not, it's going wrong. Something's approaching from the rear. And then you see, like, you hear like a lot of cackling, like sound, like something hit the hull of the ship.
Can I? Well, if anybody else wants to do anything, real quick, jump in. But I had a question as well after that.
I was just gonna say, do we have any like cameras on the back that I could like security cameras or something that I could take a look at?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, there's like you can basically attach yourself to another helm and be in the 360 view of the ship.
Right. Yes.
And you go in, make me a perception check. You're also in the same guise, Major Tom. You've kind of come out of that consciousness to talk to these people, so you can go back into it as well if you want to.
I got a nat 20 as well. It is an 18, technically.
Yeah. So you've come out of the helm to sort of discuss, see what's going on. Jareth has then sort of taken one of the sort of minor helms that is available to everyone on the ship to put on, and you now are seeing 360 view, Jareth. You're in control of the ship as well, so yeah, this is fun. Natural 20, you see these huge chrome-like claws clamped onto in six points onto the back of the hull of your ship. So it's literally like side on onto the back, sort of like where all the storage area is. This chromic ant-like ship is sitting there. You know this ship. You've seen it many a time. It is Adamantium's ship. Yeah, and they're there. And then you see the other ship that was there just sort of tries to scoot off away from you, like this. The moment that sort of happens, turns around.
What's currently in front of us?
In front of you, you've got the Rock of Brawl, basically, which is a huge meteorite that on the top of it is just a city, and it floats, and it's got these little wings, and you're basically, I don't even know what it is in feet, but you're basically in space, and you're higher than an airplane from Earth, looking over. You can see the whole of this city, so you're like twice an airplane height above a city, basically.
If I was to, for lack of a better description, slam on the gas, would we crash into the Rock of Brawl, or would it go like past it?
So you're sort of like you were coming into it, and you're sort of looking down, and you're sort of like angled at like 30 degrees from horizontal plane. So if you went straight, you could you maybe like skim the edge of it, but you've got to get at some speed to go. But yeah, you can try.
I have a question as well. Is Jones with us, the Star Lancer? Because I don't. Yeah, is it possible? I was thinking that we maybe that we had just kept Jones, but I know that we hadn't really discussed it.
You had kept Jones. They were
in the hold.
In the hold, or they can bamf out to fly next to you when you slow down, and they can bamf back in.
Okay, I think I would turn to the crew, and I would use what I think is my comms, but is actually my my sorcerer's telepathy. Telepathic speech, and I would like to ask Jareth what they see, like what the situation is, and then I would say, is it worth deploying Jones and maybe trying to run some interference? I can go out there and try and help if you can control the ship.
Yes, our cold-blooded nemesis is here. He has claws in the ship. We need to get rid of them.
buckling. I start immediately running to Jones's area. I'm like, oh, that son of a bitch.
So you start hearing like slightly more noises now coming from the ship, and you see like this beam has come out and it's kind of going and sort of trying to cut into your hull at the moment. So you've got this ship and they're sort of like doing that, and then a pod has come out. Seeing this 360, you see this pod coming out from the ship and it's coming round over to the sort of head part of your ship bit. To sort of like, you see that sort of floating off the main ship, the sort of front element, the head bit comes out and sort of floats as an individual pod, and that's what you see as it's. So you hear this sound. So you can send. Do you want to send?
I want to get on Jones's back and ride Jones and just straight up start messing with these people because this is unacceptable.
So you tell Pero to sort of release Jones, release the shark,
and I'll also like message Jones and be like, okay, it's time to earn your keep. This is
okay. Hello.
I'll like jump onto Jones's back and I was like, okay, I know this didn't go well the first time. Let's see if we can get it to go well the second time.
It's okay. It's nice to be out again, flying. Yes, let's go.
I love your attitude, Jones. I love your attitude.
Right.
Wow. What a growth mindset.
What are we going for?
It's Adamantium. They're our greatest. They're our greatest rival. They are terrible. We're gonna go mess them up.
Evil enemy.
Mess them up real good.
Evil enemy. Yes.
Yes. Completely evil.
Hum. Let's go.
Yes.
Big
and I'm like fully like
clamp.
Yeah. Pressurizing the suit. Getting the gauntlets ready. Like, oh boy.
Okay.
It is on now.
It's on now. So you're out in space, sitting on the back of a Star Lancer shark, riding. Now there's a pod, as you see now. So you kind of like teleported out onto Jones. Like Jones is there. You sort of have to like talk to him and then like sort of get onto the back of them to sort of ride like a Star Lancer. So you've had this sort of conversation that happened. Whilst you're doing that, you've got quite passive perception. You see the big ant-like chromic ship sitting. It's bigger than your ship. It's about 50% larger in overall size, and this front section, which is like a dome thing, comes like with one sort of like red sort of window, has sort of flown over and is coming towards. I don't know, where do you sort of teleport out? The sort of the side of the ship, or sort of?
I think I try and go near the pod.
Near the pod. Okay, so this pod is sort of like halfway over the ship, so you kind of come out and you can see. You don't see through these windows. There's from your side, there's seemingly just like this red swirling misty color over where the window would be, and this sort of chromic base to it, and it has like a hatch to the back of it, which clearly is where it connected onto the rest of the ship, and that sort of flies over towards you, and sort of like turns to look at you, and you hear a like the sound of a speaker. Tap tap tap, and he goes, stand and deliver. Tommy boy.
Adam, you about to get squashed like an ant.
Oh mate, no. Come on, this is just friendly rivalry, friendly piracy. It's just you've got
something friendly about piracy, and you have about 3 seconds before we stop talking and start acting.
Okay.
3, and I start doing the 3, 2. Does he have anything to say before I go after him?
Come on, big boy, let's go.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and rollin' bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. Just walking like a big monkey bird. And I'm busting up a brains for the world. Keep your electric on me, babe. With your ray gun to my head.
So it's Adamantium's turn up front then. Oh mate, I'm so excited you chose this way. Some new toys to use. And he sort of like stretches back and just goes like this out. And I've never seen him cast anything before. He's never done that.
but suddenly these black energy tentacles sort of like erupt out of their 4 hands that they push out towards you. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please, Major Tom. It's
there. I'm holding on to my little rope.
Yeah. Spiritual weapon.
It's about to get so bright.
All right, so they rolled on their re-roll 9 plus 3, which is 12.
That does not save. They are banished to the
They are
labyrinth.
banished to the labyrinth. And as you hear it, he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Hey, should we just attack the big ship and see if we can mess it up? Maybe destroy it with this?
I think we should. Let's see what kind of firepower this thing has.
But you sort of like rage spell, slam your hand down into the controls. This ship is not going to...
Ashes, you work with explosives, right?
Well, as I say, I've made explosives.
That is the yes or no question. You work with explosives, right?
Yes, explosive things.
Work with this.